Missing the sex? Yeah.
The sex with your avoidant ex probably felt electric, intense, addictive even. But let me gently, lovingly call that out for what it really is. A trap. A trick your nervous system fell for. Not a real sign of intimacy. Let's talk about it. When you're with an avoidant, sex becomes the only place where they can show up, where they're allowed to be close, to touch you, to be touched, to breathe with you, to look you in the eye, without having to talk about anything real. It's the one moment where they don't have to perform distance, because sex is closeness. But it's also over fast, relatively. And they know that. So they give you fireworks, and then they pull away again. It creates a trauma bond. Intimacy, rejection, warmth, silence, passion, and then withdrawal. That's not chemistry. That is a chemical roller coaster. You weren't crazy for thinking it meant something, because in that moment it did. But for avoidance, sex is sometimes the only expression of closeness that they're capable of. It's the only time they don't feel smothered. The only time they let the mask slip. But here's how you know it wasn't real intimacy. After sex, they got cold, distant. They didn't want to talk about feelings. You felt more connected. They felt more suffocated. And you kept using sex to try to feel close again. That's not love, that's survival. And that's you chasing the last time they looked at you like you mattered. You're not addicted to them. You're addicted to those few moments that they gave you everything. So, here's how to start pulling yourself out of that pull. 1. Call it what it was. A moment of false intimacy, not a foundation. Sex with an avoidant feels deep because it's the only time they meet you at the level that you've been craving. 2. Ask, did they ever show up for you outside the bedroom? Were they there emotionally, consistently, when things were hard or when you were sad? Did they check in, show care, stay present, without needing sex to connect? 3. Notice the pattern. The deeper you got, the more they withdrew, and the more you craved sex. As a connection tool, that wasn't passion, that was pain recycling itself. 4. Rewire the story. Great sex with someone who emotionally starved you isn't a blessing, it's a bait and switch. It kept you hoping, hooked, doubting your worth. 5. Regulate your nervous system. The bond you felt, it's real, but it's stored in your body, not in your soul. Breathwork, journaling, movement, feeling safe in your own body again. That's the exit route. So yeah, you might miss the sex, but what you really miss is feeling present, wanted, chosen. And the good news is, you don't need to put your best pants up and crawl back to someone emotionally unavailable to feel that again. You can build it with someone safe, someone who's vulnerable, outside the bedroom, someone who doesn't need to undress you to finally see you. That wasn't intimacy, that was the illusion of it. You're allowed to want more now. And I promise, real connection.
It doesn't come with an on-off switch. Big hug.